Sheldon Primus.
Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
All right. Welcome to another episode of the Safety Consultant Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Primus. Here's the podcast where I teach you the business of being a safety consultant, talk about OSHA compliance, talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's what we're doing. I'm still in South Dakota, in Coleman. So you've got some background noise like before, so I'm giving you guys fair warning on that one. I will do my best to hit our background noise music if we do hear anything. That's really loud, but I'm getting some wind as well. Today seems to be a cool day. I am one of these people who honestly, I like to be warm. So you see me in my poncho that I got when we were in Mexico last year. Was it last year? No, 2 years ago. Oh, wow. Can't believe it's been 2 years. So we were there for 5 months and I bought me a poncho. So told the guy out there, grande, you need a big poncho, grande. And he laughed at me and he got me a big one. So there you go. All right, gang. So welcome to another episode. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast, looking at me live. For those of you that are watching us in the live feed, LinkedIn, got a live feed going on Facebook, got a live feed going on Twitch, one that I've had for a while. And of course, the YouTube is at Safety Consultant. So youtube.com at Safety Consultant. And that's how you get me. And those of you listening to the podcast, awesome. Thank you so much. And all those places, especially the podcast, go ahead and hit subscribe on the podcast on the YouTube so that you can be part of this whenever I do my lives. I don't have a set date yet. That's in the plans to try to get a set date for when we talk. But right now we're just chatting. And those of you that are watching live, you get to see all the flies that have been around. They're just like going nuts. So there you go. South Dakota, Coleman. So I'm pretty close to the Minnesota border. So I might have to get a hold of Jill James. She I believe is in Minneapolis. So those of you that are in that area of Minneapolis, I'm not too far. I guess a few hours away. But anyway. So welcome to everybody, and thank you for joining me. So as the header is, I am going to lead. Oh man, I'm so grateful for these microphones. It'd be a whole lot more noise if it wasn't for this microphone. So Roadcaster, you're doing a good thing. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about mock OSHA audits. Because most of us are going to do in our safety consulting business some sort of regulatory audit. It could be EPA if you're also going with environmental health and safety, and your environmental side is going to lead you to some EPA mock audits, such as if you have a risk management plan for a client and you want to go ahead and go over their RMP for them. That's a good one. So we're going to talk about my mock OSHA audit and how I think about it. And honestly, I'm just giving you guys the just the overview, if you would. You're going to have to really dig in. But here's the overview, starting with how to find clients. And that's usually the way I like to start getting clients. There's a lot of different ways you can, and the number one way I always say is focus on friends and family because they know you, like you, trust you. Wow, that one's a big one. So the friends and family know you, like you, trust you already, so you don't have to start the credibility portion. That becomes a little bit harder when you have to really start dealing with the credibility side. They gotta really know who you are and trust you. That's why when we do websites and LinkedIn and all the other social services, we're doing our best to get people to trust us. And you have to show by work, things that you've done in the past, and also look for recommendations so that could help people have social proof as to who you are and how well you could serve them. So if you're trying to cut back a little bit of that time it takes to build that trust, start with friends and family, people in your inner circle already, friends of friends, and they're probably your best bet to start. If you need to branch out from that mold, the next best thing is to work with people who you worked with before in the past. Oh man, got a big hay baler coming. So people that you worked in the past, here's an example. This is literally coming down my way. So here we go. Here's our music. All right. So that's the big truck sound. So we just got past the big truck, so we're good. So here's the next line. Again, you're using your social media to help you out with some of this part. If you are already active with a website and everything, you want that website to work for you. So you're going to have your about page. So when you send out cold emails, you can have people look at your about page, ask for testimonials on your LinkedIn. And then again, you could send your LinkedIn page profile to people. The people to start or to go to at this point, if you're getting away from friends and family, is going to lead you towards associations or some places where you will have association, meaning like a trade association of something like, for me, when I first got started, pest management. A good friend of mine was in the pest management business, and I asked him about any kind of safety and health that they do in that field, which is a lot. He introduced me to someone in the Pest Management Association, and we actually were able to do business together. So reach out to associations of sorts to see if you get in there. Another thing that you could do is to what? I'm literally doing a live podcast. All right. I am not going to not do this live because we started already. So we are going to keep going with the live. There you go. That's me. Life happens. So anyway, the other thing, that's great. The other thing that we're going to go for is we're also going to try to look for people who are in our social group. Yes, people in associations. And then when we're reaching out, another thing that you can use is here's a I'm going to share my screen. And for those of you that aren't seeing this, I'm going to talk you through it. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to OSHA.gov. So for those of you, again, that are listening to this on a podcast, the OSHA.gov site has a fountain of information. So one of the things that I'm going to do is a data search, and this data search in particular is for establishments. And let's say that you're in a certain area. So I pulled up the establishment page on the data, and I'm going to just look at OSHA offices. So let's say that you're in, let's say Atlanta. That's right up here on top, right? So I'm going to hit Atlanta East Area Office. And right now I'm going to go to, let's say June, and I'm going to put the date as June 1st and the year for 2026. So June 1st, 2026, up to July 20th, 2026. And I am going to, there's an area where you could do status, violation status. And I'm not going to do anything. I just want to see all, because there might be some people who are just now getting OSHA to talk to them, and they may not have a violation yet. So I'm just going to leave that blank for this 1 month search. I'm going to hit the search. And from there, what I'm going to see is out of this one area office, and make sure you pick the area office that's closest to you, you're going to start seeing a list of people who are actually in the OSHA database that are going to be or have been visited for an inspection. It starts with the most recent, then it works its way down. So at the time of this recording is July 21st. The very first entry I have is the complaint from the U.S. Department of Treasury in that area. That might be a little bit hard for you to get a business from there because of government entity, but you just click on the inspection and you can see sometimes a little bit more history, but honestly, just look right now. You're looking for who it is, and then you want to try to look for high hazard industries. So I'm kind of, and oh yeah, you're also looking for the type of complaint. That's important. Excuse me, the type of inspection. So over here, you're looking for a type of inspection. I see complaint, plan, 2 complaints, plan, unplanned, or should say unprogrammed emphasis. So again, you're just kind of scrolling down. This is going to give you the idea of how motivated the person is. And when you see complaints, and when you do see something where it's an unprogrammed inspection, again, you don't see if they got cited yet, because OSHA has, from the day that they come in and do their inspections, they're done with the closing conference and everything, they've got up to 6 months to do your notice of violation. So you're going to have a window where this is fresh for that individual, and they may not actually have their notice of violation yet. So you're going to reach out to them through email, and that's the harder part, trying to find them. So you have to go to LinkedIn, you have to go to your Chamber of Commerce if you're also part of that, and see if you can get their contact information from that. You're going to have to, you're going to have to do some more research at that point, but at least it's giving you a list of people, and then you're going to have to funnel in the know you, like you, trust you thing, and that's where you're going to send them an email, and you're going to point them to your resources, your references, or your LinkedIn page, or whatever. You just have to get in that cycle of them starting to get to know you. All right. So that's the next thing that we're doing. So far we talked about how to get clients. Now, how to price is really dependent on who they are. All right. So depending on who they are, your pricing is going to be different. So, and then also urgency. So there's 3 real big criteria for pricing: urgency to the client, the actual NAICS code of the client, and then also that's your North American Industry Classification System code. The higher the hazard, the more you charge. The higher the urgency, the more you charge. Also, you're looking for size. You need to know company size. Larger companies, you're going to charge more than smaller companies. And the reason why is it's going to take you more work for each one of those different categories. So how much really depends on what you think it is. Worst thing you could do, though, is charge an hourly rate. You don't want to think about hourly rate anymore. Throw that out of your brain. You're a consultant now. The hourly rates are not something you're going to do. So mostly, there is some services where, yes, you could do hourly, but in this case, for a mock OSHA audit, you don't want to do that. All right, so now that's how you price. That's how you get to your people. I suggest that you do a 50-50 pricing. So 50 means at the time of contract, we're going to price. All right, and then at the end, Those of you that heard the blink, nothing went wrong with your radio, stop hitting it. That was me hitting my mute. And then 50% comes after the service. So the 50 before is a retainer, 50 after is you've done your work. All right, so now let's talk about the actual work. So I'm going to go back, share my screen to the OSHA.gov. I'll talk a little bit about this work with the NAICS code and how to usually get started with the NAICS code. So let's see, here's a unprogrammed emphasis. And I'm going to grab this code right here, copy that. I'm going to click on this to see what is that emphasis program. It says unplanned emphasis program under instruction type. And then over here, you see a regional national emphasis program. So that's what it was. So now you're going to have to do a little bit more research. So I'm going to go down here back to actually enforcement. And once you click on OSHA enforcement on the OSHA website, and those of you that are on TV, you're seeing this. So those of you listening to the podcast, as soon as you get home, go to Safety Consultant on your YouTube channel or go to Safety Consultant podcast.com and you'll be able to watch this. If you're on Apple, you can watch the podcast as well. So now I'm going to go to local emphasis program, and this is all broken up by region. I go to Atlanta region, and it looks like construction is that emphasis program that we just saw. Reduction emphasis program. No. All right, so that's what we saw. So we know that it's an emphasis program for construction. We click on the PDF, and then you kind of read this PDF over here, and it tells you a little bit about what OSHA was looking for. So over here it tells you the procedure. It tells you what they're recording in the OSHA information system and different evaluation tools. It's a very small compliance letter, but what we're looking at is a compliance letter that basically shows what was happening during this inspection. So you want to get a hold of that and just understand why this person was here. The other thing that you're going to do, and I'm going to share this tab instead. So hold on, I'm sharing the tab that shows the emphasis program real quick before I click out of this. So here's the emphasis program. Again, for those of you watching this on video. And then right down here shows you significant changes, backgrounds, procedures, recording. All right, so I'm going to go to a new tab. And this is back to the OSHA.gov tab. So I'm going to select data. And remember that I made a copy of the NAICS code. So I'm going to select most frequently cited standard. I'm going to paste in that NAICS code. And now when I do the search for the NAICS code, this search is going to go ahead and it's going to tell me in a year period what was OSHA looking for when they cited companies like this. So now if I'm going to do a mock OSHA audit, and I'm going to tell them what to basically expect when their citation comes out, or if I'm doing this preventatively to a company that does not have an OSHA mitigation, then again, these are the things I'm looking for. So over here, we've got some sort of scaffolding issue, 1153, that's silica. We've got fall protection, duty to have fall protection. You've got HASCOM. So if you guys aren't seeing what I'm doing here, on the very left of the page gives you the standard number. And then when you look at the standard number, you kind of get an idea of the areas that OSHA is going to be looking for. 1153 is ladder. Actually, 1053 is, 1053 is ladder, 1153. This one is going to be silica. So in case you don't know that, then click on the number. And once you do, it's going to open up the actual OSHA standard, and it's going to tell you what that standard is about. And then what you're doing here is you're piecing together what OSHA is looking for by using this data. So now when you're doing your mock OSHA audit, and I'm saying OSHA, those of you outside of OSHA, you'll say you're trying to find something similar to this page with your regulatory agency for your country. And when you're doing this, then you're going to end up, let's try it again. You're going to end up then being able to, I want to say dissect, or you're just basically making it where you're going to know what the compliance officer knows. And chances are when this client gets cited, it's going to be for the same things you're seeing here on the most frequently cited standard, because OSHA's already been citing this for a whole year period. And you get to know the approximate dollar figures. So this is going to help you with your pricing. So this isn't getting where I need to go. It's kind of slow. All right, I'm back. So it's kind of slow right now. All right, here's your profile. And it's just giving you the 1153, but typically speaking, you'll get to see what that standard is. So I'm going to go back, and again, this is going to tell you, like, for instance, let's say you're pricing something for electrical or woodworking or something similar. Here's your price. So for one citation was $3,500. All right, so it's going to help you with your pricing. So let's go back. I'm going to stop my sharing here. I think I did already. Okay, good. So hopefully that's going to at least give you guys an idea. So what you're going to also be looking for is if any of those things that I showed you that was a frequently cited standard has a written program to it, like a written program for hazard communication, a written program related to lead exposure, a written program which will be an exposure control plan, a written program related to ladder safety, fall protection. Those are the things that you're going to be looking for when you do your mock OSHA inspection, so that you can match up what the OSHA standard says versus what this person has. Another thing you want to do is when you physically go out on site, because you're going to need to do your mock OSHA audit as into two major categories: the administrative controls and then the physical location. So your work rules will be your training, your OSHA 300 logs, the 301s, the 300A. You're going to be reviewing those things. And then you're also going to look for training and all the other stuff with the administrative controls. Oh, hold on. There's going to be a big noise coming. Here's our noise thing. All right, so then after that, not as big noise as I thought. So then after that, the next thing that you guys are going to work on is going to be making sure that you deliver your information to the actual client in a certain amount of time. So that is going to be part of your contract. Typically reviewing a written program, you can start right away, and that's why when you do your 50-50, because you can start that stuff, reviewing the training, reviewing the written programs, reviewing all the administrative controls as quickly as possible. And then the next part is physically getting there and going through the site. So when you physically go through the site, that's the other part. All right, motorcycle started right there in front of me, so I had to make sure we stop that one. Okay, so now when you get to your physical site, now you're going to be looking, and how I usually do that is I do one of these up, down. Well, actually, I do down, up, left, right. I choose to look down first so I don't trip over anything, and then up, then left, right. And that's my way of walking through facilities. Take pictures of everything, that you can, and sometimes you may not really know what you're seeing yet. So that's possible. So what you want to do is take any kind of pictures or videos that you can, and then go back and review everything. And then you're going to put the citation standard to that actual picture that you're seeing, and then go into that frequently cited standard that I showed you. And then you could start getting a dollar figure for everything that you see in the picture. So when you're giving them your report on your mock OSHA audit, you're going to be saying, here's the picture, here's the standard being violated, here's the remediation, fix this. All right, I'm going to cover that for a second. So you're going to go picture. Here is the OSHA frequently cited standard for this thing, or at least what that citation will look like. And then here's your remediation. And you're going to tier things as to the things that need to get fixed first, and then second, third, and then down to training and all that stuff. And the other part that you love with the mock OSHA audits is you could then go towards other services, such as, I found that your training's deficient. Let's go ahead and get you some better training. I found that your written programs are deficient. Let's see if I could update these programs for you, because you're looking for things that are off. And then after you find things that are off, then you get the opportunity to add billable service. So it's going to be a twofer there. All right. I think that's usually about everything, and you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time, and you don't want to wait too long to get all this stuff back to your clients. So let's say you start immediately with your written program. By the time you do your walkthrough, especially if you have to fly at hotels and all that stuff, it might be another couple of weeks before you physically get to the walkthrough, and sometimes even a month or so later. So start with something. Start with your written programs first, and then do your scheduling to get on site. But also let the clients know that it's a different pricing structure or service structure if there is an OSHA mitigation before you actually get there. So tell them about that part as well. Usually it's a retainer. So you do a little retainer for you. All right. I'm pushing my luck. It's getting closer to rush hour, and there's more and more cars coming in. So just hopefully you guys are going to get some good information to help you out with this stuff. That's my thinking. It's the way that I do my mock OSHA audits. Several of you may have done other regulatory audits before. So feel free to drop that in the comment box for me and tell me what have you done in the past, and see if we could start building a database of different types of regulatory audits. So, but I am pushing my luck, so I better get going. If you are interested to learn a little bit more about starting your business or getting out of the funk if you did start your business, I could help you with the Safety Consultant Blueprint course. So go to safetyconsultantblueprint.com, and it is my way of helping you get started with your company, with your business. It's a brand new updated course, so I'm glad to share it with you guys. So go to safetyconsultantblueprint.com, and you will then absolutely be able to get your business started. So get enough information right now. Go get them.
That's a wrap for today's safety show. Remember, safety isn't just about hard hats and caution signs. It's about business smarts too. Thanks for joining us on the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep consulting like a boss. Go get 'em. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast or broadcast are those of the host and its guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within the past hour, only examples, It should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the positions of the company. No part of this podcast or broadcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast or broadcast, Sheldon Primus.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.